Meghan Markle is not comfortable around Catherine and William, despite the Fab Four's united front. When the two brothers and their wives were photographed together outside Windsor Castle, there was no goodwill. It was strained and awkward. It was simply a gesture to the Queen. It was nothing more than symbolism. The royal family has shut Sussexes teams out of everywhere. They can't even get their own footage of public events because they aren't in the royal rota. It's being alleged that Harry and Markle were planning to go on their own walkabout and that they informed some US TV networks and asked them to come along for the footage. This got leaked to William, and what choice did he have? The plan was discovered and destroyed in time. The witch was pulling old tricks out of her cauldron, not the first after 3 days of the Queen's passing. It looked like Catherine and William were attracting the crowds. People wanted to shake hands with him and Catherine. The love and affection for the Prince and Princess of Wales was palpable. People were shouting out William and Catherine's name, and it was quite heartwarming. On the dark side of the street were the evils, where you could hear a pin drop. Pinky and the Brain's plans to have the American networks filming their Fox Royal Walkabout was a bust. Very few people shook her hand. Most people tried to avoid her. For the most part, people do not want to shake her hand, touch her, or heaven forbid, hug her. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan Markle allegedly had a huge argument shortly after they arrived in England last week. A source told New Idea that onlookers saw the Sussexes arguing with each other while they were out in public, in fact. Markle was allegedly seen doing a talk to the hand gesture while trying to dismiss what Prince Harry was telling her. Now more details have emerged regarding the alleged interaction, and a source for the tabloid claimed that Markle and Prince Harry were arguing because of Catherine, Princess of Wales. Apparently, Harry mentioned that he thought it might be nice if he caught up with Catherine while they were back in the UK. After all, the same week he arrived at Frogmore Cottage, Catherine and her family moved in just down the lane on Windsor Estate at Adelaide Cottage. Even though there's tension between the Sussexes and the Cambridges, Harry and Catherine have always shared a bond, but Meghan flipped out at the very suggestion and quickly squashed his plans for the meetup, telling Harry it was out of the question, the source said. The source also claimed that Prince Harry and Markle almost crossed paths with Catherine when they arrived in the UK because she was spotted leaving the Windsor Estate at that time. If the trio crossed paths, the source said it would have been awkward for Markle because she would have been forced to say hi to her sister-in-law, even if she didn't want to. Meghan has never been able to understand why Harry was such close friends with Catherine. She tells people she finds her snobbish and dull, but most take it as sour grapes over the fact that Catherine didn't immediately fall over Meghan when they met, the source said. But just days later, it was announced that Queen Elizabeth passed away in Balmoral at the age of 96. It appears that Markle wanted Spotify and Netflix to see them comforting the public, who were overcome with grief at the loss of the Queen. Harry, we must go out and be filmed giving comfort to those poor people who are grieving over our beloved Queen, and take your time hugging an old woman who's crying so that the cameras can capture such a fantastic picture. Make the hug last as long as you can and cry along with her. That one image alone could earn us millions.